All right, in this video, we're going to be going over elbow cars. Fairly straightforward. The elbow joint flexes and extends, which we know. And for those who don't know, it also supinates, pronates, right? So supination coming out towards the midline, pronation coming in towards the midline. Putting all that together, what we're going to do, typically we start in full supination, and we don't just have supination and flex, we continue to fight for supination, try and get every millimeter you can, not 100% effort, but just maintain and continue to fight for supination as you come up into elbow flexion. And then you flip it into pronation, down into full extension, and once you reach full extension, flip it into supination. And as you come up into flexion and supination, try not to stop short. If you can, try and get your hand as close to the front of that shoulder as possible while in supination, and then flip it down into pronation and extension. And again, try not to stop short, try and get full elbow extension. And then once you do 3 to 5 in that direction, so again, we started in supination up, and then I'm going to maintain and keep supination and just come back down, flipping directions. So supination to extension, pronation, flexion, supination, extension, right? So some things to look out for is as I come from supination to pronation, that the shoulders don't internally rotate. Similarly, when I come from pronation to supination, I don't externally rotate the shoulders. So if you're out in this W formation or your arms are all the way out here, more than likely you're not actually just supinating, you're externally rotating or pronating and internally rotating the shoulders. Your hand placement should be relatively similar whether you're supinating or pronating, right? So try and keep the shoulder out of it. Additionally, try and keep your wrists out of it through flexion and extension, right? We're only trying to move the forearm muscle or the forearm bone and portion of the body relative to the elbow, right? Beyond that, if you're feeling any sort of joint pain in the elbow while you run through this, again, we work around the pain, not through it. So what that may look like for some that I've seen this week even was full supination coming up into elbow flexion, and say you feel pain in the elbow right about here. What we're going to do is not just force our way through it, but we're going to pause, come out of supination just slightly, right? And then continue to flex up. And then once we feel like we're around that pain point, maybe try and get back into full supination if we can without pain as we continue the rep. And then similarly down into pronation. If we come down and say there's a pain here while we're going into extension, instead of forcing our way through it, we're going to pause, come out of pronation just slightly, just enough to not feel any pain, continue down to extension, and if we feel as though we can go back into pronation without pain, go back into pronation and go into full extension. As far as full extension, if you feel pain in the elbow, and full extension in pronation or supination or both, again, if I'm in supination and I'm coming into extension and I feel pain in the elbow, come out of supination a little bit. Or if you're in pronation, just come out of pronation to supination a little bit and see if you can lock it out. If regardless of what position you're in, when you lock out your elbow, if it hurts, just don't lock out your elbow. Just go as far as you can without pain, come right up to the edge of the pain, back off a little bit, flip it, go back up. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Do this as much as you can, at least in the morning, 3 to 5 reps each direction, along with whatever cars you've been assigned.